In an ancient world long forgotten by time, where the skies were painted with strange, glowing constellations, there existed a vast and powerful civilization known as Thalera. This empire sprawled across continents, its cities built from polished stone and gleaming crystal, its people masters of magic and alchemy. At the heart of Thalera stood the city of Altharil, the jewel of the empire. Altharil was no ordinary city, its towers reached into the heavens, and rivers of molten gold flowed through its streets, casting a warm glow over everything. Magic was woven into the very fabric of life, and the people had harnessed the powers of the elements earth, wind, fire, and water to shape their world. The Thalerans believed their civilization would last forever, for they had unlocked the secrets of immortality. The high priests, who ruled the empire with wisdom and grace, had discovered the elixir of ages, a potion brewed from the rarest elements of the earth and infused with the energy of the stars. This elixir allowed them to live for centuries, their bodies untouched by time. But there was a cost. Deep beneath the city of Altharil, in the darkest caverns of the world, lay a creature so ancient and powerful that even the gods whispered its name in fear. The Thalerans called it Thalastor, the world serpent. It had existed since before the dawn of their civilization, slumbering in the depths, its presence felt only through the tremors that occasionally shook the earth. The high priests, in their quest for immortality, had struck a terrible bargain with Thalastor. In exchange for the elixir of ages, they would offer the creature the essence of their people's magic, siphoning it from the land and the elements to keep it asleep. But as centuries passed, the balance between the magic they harvested and the power they gave to the serpent began to shift. One day, a young scholar named Elora, born to a lineage of powerful magicians, stumbled upon an ancient tablet deep in the libraries of Altharil. The tablet spoke of the pact between the high priests and Thalastor, and it foretold a time when the serpent would awaken, demanding more than just magic, demanding the souls of the people themselves. Terrified by her discovery, Elora sought an audience with the high priests, but they dismissed her warnings as the ravings of a naive scholar. They assured her that the serpent would remain dormant, as it had for millennia, and that their control over it was absolute. But Elora was not convinced. She began to notice the signs of imbalance. The once bountiful harvests were dwindling, the rivers of gold no longer flowed as brightly, and the magic that had once filled the air with vibrancy felt weaker. The earth itself seemed to groan beneath the weight of the pact, and tremors shook the city more frequently. Desperate to find a way to stop the impending disaster, Elora ventured into the forbidden caverns beneath the city, where no mortal had dared to tread for centuries. Armed only with her knowledge of ancient magic and a small band of loyal friends, she descended into the depths, following the ancient pathways carved by forgotten hands. As they journeyed deeper, the air grew thick with an unnatural darkness, and the ground trembled with the slow, rhythmic pulse of something vast and alive. Finally, they reached the heart of the caverns, where Thalastor lay coiled, its massive body entwined around pillars of stone. Its eyes, glowing with a malevolent light, slowly opened, fixing upon Elora. "You come to bargain, little one," the serpent's voice rumbled, filling the cavern like the sound of distant thunder. "But there is nothing left to give." Elora stood her ground, though fear gripped her heart. "We seek to end the pact," she declared. "The magic of our world is dying. If you continue to feed on it, there will be nothing left, no magic, no life, nothing." Thalastor's laughter echoed through the caverns, a deep and terrible sound. "The pact cannot be broken, mortal. Your kind made their choice long ago. But you are right about one thing, your magic is nearly gone. Soon, I will feed not on the magic of your world, but on the souls of your people." Elora knew then that there was only one way to stop the serpent. She had read of a spell, an ancient and forbidden incantation, hidden in the deepest recesses of the Empire's history. It was a spell of sacrifice, one that could bind a being as powerful as Thalastor but at a terrible cost. Summoning all her strength, Elora began the incantation. Her friends, realizing what she intended to do, tried to stop her, but she was resolute. The spell required the life force of the caster, binding them to the creature for all eternity, sealing it away forever. As she spoke the final words, a blinding light filled the cavern, and the serpent roared in fury. Its body began to dissolve into the stone, its essence trapped by the power of the spell. But as the light faded, so too did Elora. Her body, now lifeless, crumbled into dust, leaving only a faint echo of her magic behind. The city of Altharil was saved, and the balance of magic restored. The people never learned the full truth of what had transpired beneath their feet, but they knew that something had changed. The tremors ceased, the magic returned, and the elixir of ages was no more. In time, the legend of Elora, the brave scholar who had sacrificed herself to save her people, became a story whispered among the survivors of Thalera. The high priests, stripped of their immortality, faded into obscurity, and the people of the empire learned to live in harmony with the natural magic of their world once again. And deep beneath the earth, in the silent darkness of the caverns, Thalastor slept, bound by the sacrifice of one who had understood that true power came not from domination but from the willingness to give everything for the greater good.